their podcast. So, welcome everybody to the second podcast. Today we'll be talking mostly about the new update that's coming soon, and we will talking some other topics as well. So, we're going to start with the introduction first. We got three new players joining. So, we're going to start with Yuval, or how you pronounce your name?
Yuval, yeah.
Yuval, okay. Then, with the introduction, you will tell us your in-game name, maybe you say Yuval, and how long you've been playing Random Dice, and what made you play Random Dice with friends, or you watch the ads, and what class are
Yes,
you currently?
I'm class 20. I've been playing for 1.5 years, and most of the time I'm playing with randoms or in English general chats.
I see. In the in-game chat.
Yeah, you can find a lot of players there.
Yeah. In the English chat, or?
Yeah, the English one.
Okay. Then I guess next we go with Zabalek.
Okay, so hi, I'm Zabelek. I'm from Poland. I'm 15 years old. I've been playing Random Dice for more than a year. I saw an ad on Facebook, and this game seemed really interesting for me, so I just downloaded it, and I've been playing it for, I don't know, like a year and maybe 3 months, I would say. Yeah, about that.
Okay, so my name is Badluck. The name is also Badluck TM, just like my Discord username. I started playing Random Dice also because I saw one of their excessive ads back in September already. But the current main account that I'm currently playing on, I started January 1st, 2020. So a little over a year ago, let's just say like that. I've been class 20 and reached class 20 about 11 months ago. So I've been there for quite some time, and that's also why I'm excited for the new PvP update.
Yeah. Okay, then let's start with the second topic. Now we done the introduction. So now last week we were talking about weekly missions, and this week we have the gift dice event, and I'm thinking maybe this event they can do it once a month. What do you guys think about it?
Basically, like, it's a very good way for basically every player to increase the crit by a whole lot. Like, currently you get 1 million gold if you complete the event, as well as legendaries and other cards as well. This 1 million gold for me personally means 2.5 upgrades, because upgrades cost 400k. But for fresher players, this might mean more than 20 upgrades for certain dice, which would increase the crit by quite a bit. So if it would be a monthly thing, I personally would quite enjoy it, although I think that might take a bit of the randomness factor, and also a bit of the excitement that you are waiting for this event to happen, and then it randomly occurs, which we currently have. Although, yeah, both has positive aspects and negative sides as well.
I think that the events are very good to grind money and a lot of legendaries for new players. A lot, for maybe. I got my crit increased in the last event by 100, and before that I got my crit increased by 300, I think. But they're giving too much money to new players, like 2 million. They don't know what to do. Like, they get increase their crits so much from
Yeah.
playing a little.
Like on my second account right now, I got so much gold I can upgrade any dice.
Yeah, so basically, if it would be a weekly thing, they should maybe like scale the rewards according to your in-game class, or something similar to that. So
how about scaling it to crit?
that would also be an idea. Although Personally, like crit increase or like scaling it to crit. For me personally, that would mean that every time you get this event, you basically have to spend it on your crit.
Yes.
Which basically forces you to do one thing with all the gold that you get in order to increase it, like for the next event, whenever that will be. So obviously, yes, could be a good thing. But personally, I wouldn't be much of a fan of it because I personally also enjoy playing with lower crit accounts, especially. I don't know if any of you've seen that, maybe on Reddit or something like that, but I made an alt account a few months back where I started grinding PvP without ever class upping any dice for each class 12 with the 111 base crit within 3 days.
Oh, so
I
you're the
personally am
guy.
just very, yeah, I'm the guy. So yeah, it would definitely be an idea to scale it. The question would just be to what you have to scale it, and also in what levels you have to scale it. Like, if you would do it to crit, how much would you give every how much crit you have? Like, do you increase it by 100k every 100 crit you get or you have, or like how you would do it? Basically, the idea is very good though.
But I can see also lower players will be complaining that higher level player get more gold.
Yeah, this is
Can
the
happen.
main down. That would be the main downside to that. That's always like the issue. New players always complain about anything in any game. Let's just say it like that, because they think they have no chance. That's probably also the main reason why this game is giving out so much to new players. Like, for example, the solo mode. That's, in my opinion, solely aimed at lower level players and fresh players to basically guarantee them grinding out the gold that they need, for example, for legendary in shop.
Yeah. I know that also with my class 1 account, if I got a legendary just in shop, I just need 3 rounds to get the 40k. So I don't really need to class up with the account.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, that's just too OP.
But before, solo mode was not great for high level players. Before they changed the gold amount.
I mean, even now, like now, for this current rotation, it's also not that great because even high class players, most of them don't really know how to play with every dice in the game. And for solo mode, you definitely have to know how to play certain dice in certain condition. Like I personally, for this current solo mode rotation, I just play Ice and Block as DPS and choose Thorns as first choice. Whereas probably the majority of other players would choose Typhoon just because it's a safer option to play. Which then again decreases your rounds that you're getting, which then on the other hand also decreases the gold output that you're getting.
Yeah, this rotation isn't the best, in my opinion. I don't play much solo mode. It's getting boring playing the same dice. You have to play more active than
I mean,
I need to.
yeah, you will go ahead.
In Solomon, you just repeat yourself, and like to grind it, it's very boring in my opinion.
Yeah, same.
Yeah, but I basically just play it because also like the 111 crit count on Reddit, I've posted for every rotation basically my path for 35 waves. At least I've done that for the last 3 rotations and probably will go on doing that in the future as well. Just to help the newer players. Like this rotation, like I've stated in the comment on the under that post, this rotation actually sucks for newer players. It's kind of a paradox how much this rotation goes against newer players, where the solo mode should be mainly aimed to give a gold benefit and a small boost to those new players.
Yeah, I think since the first rotation, the other rotation has been worse. I think
Yeah,
the first one
definitely.
was the best, in my opinion.
Yeah, it was.
I think players got even to wave 40 something.
Yeah, because like the random growth aspect in the first solo mode rotation, that was just a huge factor. Like if you would get lucky with your random growths and your elements, you were based or like atomic, how they are called nowadays. Basically, you were set up for pretty much any wave. But if you got unlucky with your random growths and or atomic placements, you basically couldn't even pass 35.
Yeah. Okay, now let's get to the next topic. So in the next update, the class 20 rank is going to be reduced down to 9k. What do you think of the reduction? What do you think will happen with what players will get as trophy rewards? And yeah, do you think, for example, the top 10 players should be getting how much rewards they will get? Because they have like double or times 10 of the 400k trophies.
I think that the top 10 players will get something special, and the number one player that have about 1 million, I think, trophies will get something very special for him because he's grinding a lot. I have been grinding to class 20 a lot of time, and he have 1 million, so that's like wow. So you'll get a special reward, I think, but that's reducing to 9k is very easy to get now, and not hard at all. And that's not the point of like the highest class, I think. A little bit too easy to get there now.
Yeah, I think you can get class 20 in 1 week if you grind hard.
Yeah, it's possible.
Don't you
It
think
is
it's gonna
definitely
be a
possible.
shitstorm at class 20 when we start off? Like everyone's gonna max out. Like everyone who's class 20 now is gonna have so much over a 9k trophy player. So many cards, so many crit.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's gonna be rough the first couple of days, I think, especially for people who think that they're on the same dice level or crit chance.
Yeah, I guess at the beginning they
Right.
won't get that high.
No.
As far as I've understood their announcement video, it's basically you don't get the same trophies that you have right now. So for my 111 account, for example, it is class 14 right now, and it will stay at class 14. But the trophies will be reset to
Yeah.
a low point where the new trophies meet the class 14.
Yeah.
So basically, when somebody has 20,000 trophies right now, that's class 17, they won't start off at 9k trophies with all the other former class 20 players. Instead, if the video actually explained it correctly, they will start off at the new class 17. And well, then basically it depends on how the new matchmaking that they are praising so hard will be. I can't really imagine an actually skill-based matchmaking in this game because basically dice class and crit have a major influence. And yeah, I don't really think that they have any way of tracking somebody's skill. Let's just say it like that.
But it's in other games as well, the problem with the matchmaking. But
Yeah,
they can
definitely.
they can do it based
It's a
on
huge
ranks.
factor.
Hopefully golden ranks player can't match non-golden rank players.
Yeah, I think that's
I think they will be. Because like in the latest video, they've shown that there will be a betting system
Mhm.
if a golden rank player meets a golden rank player. So according to that you will definitely meet others that are not golden rank.
Yes, I agree.
Yeah, they can fix it, but they don't want to, maybe. I don't know. And
Yeah, well, probably. Yeah, go ahead.
no, I was just no, that will be later on. I was just it's just the next topic.
Oh, okay.
It's also connected to this same thing. So we are getting 4 new ranks: Grand, Master, Challenger, Champion, and each rank has 3 divisions. What do you think will be the trophy difference in between those ranks? And what do you think about the betting system? And what ranks are you guys aiming for the new update? Oh, Smoke, you joined.
Hello, I'm a bit late, but I managed to join.
Okay.
Hello, everyone.
Evening.
Yo,
I think that the gambling thing is going to be very good and very risky, because if you are facing someone with a lot higher crit than you, and he's gambling 5 and you're gambling 5 too, then you're losing 5 times your trophies. And that doesn't sound like a lot, but if you only get like 10 trophies or 15 trophies per win, it's a lot for you.
Yeah, I think it's a lot as
yeah,
well.
it is. I'm aiming for the highest rank. I'll do my best. I'll just grind all day for that. I just want
Yeah.
to have it,
Yeah,
Same here.
especially that these legendary dice are. That's
Exactly
just
the
sounds
same
amazing.
here.
Yeah, I'll use all of them for my moon.
yeah, everyone will use
Exactly the
it.
same here.
Yeah, is Moon like the top priority for y'all?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Moon?
What would
For
you
me
upgrade it
personally,
with?
yes. But I've also seen players wanting to use it on combo, just because even after the 2 major nerfs that combo received in the past, since it's been released, like the damage nerf and the attack speed nerf,
Mm-hmm.
at a high combo is still the best DPS in the entire game.
Yeah, it is.
Because it's scaled infinitely. Like nothing can compare to combo in the term of damage scaling. Like even maxed out Solar with maxed out Moon, both at 7 pips, cannot compare to a combo if they last long enough.
Yeah.
So what like if you have them both at class 20, which one would you prefer to level, Moon or combo?
I would choose Moon because it's just broken with Holy Sword at high
Yeah,
classes.
I personally will also go for Moon. Although the better choice, if you actually want a safe DPS and anything like that, you should probably go for combo. But Moon and Solo, man, it's just so much fun, and it's just the safest bet for basically any game mode right now. Because currently there are so few players that actually have a high enough class combo to sustain against you, that with a high class Moon and a mediocre class Solar, if you know how to play, you would basically win any match against any combo player. Unless obviously you're getting terrible RNG. It's
So-
also a huge factor all the time.
What about flow dice? Yeah,
Flow,
the
I'm not a
flame
huge
flow.
fan.
Oh, that would also be pretty interesting. Flow at class 15.
Yeah,
I've
exactly.
never seen that. Yeah.
Class 50 won't ever be reached by that. Like, depending on how long a season goes, let's just say you get 5 per season, then you will still need way over a year to reach class 15 with any dice. So that
It's
with
better
flow,
to
that's probably not the best idea.
But
it's better to think and talk about it right now, I think, than
Flow on class 15 have
Yeah.
9% boost plus that you can upgrade in game. So 9% for flow on 15 classes max, if you want to know.
Yeah, but like the thing is, like, how long do you think Flame Flow Royal will actually be meta? Like,
I
with
think
if there comes any other DPS dice out that is not depending on any placement, Royal isn't meta anymore. Royal is basically only meta relevant right now because everybody used to run Yin Yang without any switch. Then Royal came up just to counter Yin Yang.
Mhm.
And well, now Yin Yang players adapted to that, and they are countering Royal now by running switch and just learning how to play Royal against learning how to play Yin Yang against the Royal. Sorry. So Royal is, and Flame for that matter as well as Flow, is way more vulnerable to meta changes as Moon is, because Moon has been meta for the longest time. Just because basically of Solar. Obviously, Solar has been meta relevant for PvP since I can remember all the time it's been run in PvP, also, as well as
since
crew
they
battles.
fixed Solar. Because Solar was
Yeah.
bugged.
When Solar was bugged, it wasn't really meta relevant, but I wouldn't really say that pushed it off the meta, because when a dice is bugged, you shouldn't really consider it being a bad dice in that term.
Okay.
Yeah, I remember playing Solar Light like a year ago. It was amazing.
Yeah. Back when Solar Light and Element Typhoon was the only meta-relevant decks that you could play.
Yeah, and people were playing Modified Electric with Light for
Yeah, with crit.
with Sacrifice.
And
Or with
Oh,
Light.
yeah,
They went
with-
2 million
yeah.
HP mobs with class 12 Light and class 10 Modified Electric dice.
Yeah, it
Yeah,
was
I
broken.
remember that.
Good old days.
Yeah, with the good old graphics.
Yeah.
Yeah, I really miss them.
That half the player hate and half the player love.
I had to get used to that new graphics, like a lot. It took me like a week to get used to it.
No, it
Yeah,
took
me
me
either.
way more than a week. I'm still not used to that king emote being a stupid star or 7-pip growth. That's just hilarious.
I
Yeah.
just don't like the emotes. The dices are fine.
Yeah, the dice are fine. Although personally, I preferred if the dragon would still go around the whole dice. Like, if you load into the game right now and just see the growth artwork, you can actually see that the dragon is around the whole dice and not just the dragon head in the middle. So they are still using the whole dragon thing that they used in the old graphics for their loading. So why not use it for the in-game dice as well?
No, don't change it again. It's a bad idea.
They
I'm not-
they
I'm
can
not
Yeah.
saying it, but like, don't you think it would be a good idea if they had like basically in their settings a button for
yeah.
nostalgic players like me where you could choose to either use the old design or the new design?
It shouldn't
Because
be
I
so
personally
complicated.
preferred the old one.
It shouldn't be so complicated to implement it.
Yeah, but I think no
Yeah,
company has
should-
ever
really
done
should.
something like that. So I don't think.
Yeah,
will
they can
do
be
it.
the first at something then.
Then let's go to the next.
I-
Also, yeah.
Yeah, like I said, I personally would be a huge fan of just giving us the option at least to choose between whatever graphic we desire the most. Because like other games have some sort of option to change the look of their game characters as
Okay.
well. Like other games just sell skins.
I know. Okay, then let's get to the next topic. Is the setup battlefields. How many times have you brought the wrong battlefield into the wrong battle because changing
A
from
lot.
co-op to PvP,
Too much, way too much.
or
Yeah.
changing a deck and co-op, and then you forgot to bring forgot to change the battlefield. So, in my opinion, this
Removing
It's
Yeah,
good
go ahead.
move, but it should be implemented as more spots for decks appeared, or when you could.
should have been implemented in the past already. Yes, I agree.
Yeah.
But like at least they are implementing it now.
yeah,
Because like I remember quite a few dozens of times where I run a support deck in co-op for another player that has better DPS dice than me or better DPS classes and crit. And so I just use the default skin and then I switch to my PvP deck and head directly into PvP. And well there, where's my Pantheon? Oh right, I forgot to switch it.
Yeah.
So that won't be an issue anymore, and I'm really glad that they finally implemented that.
yeah. Never think of it at a past, but now they have it in the game when update comes out.
Any
I mean-
thoughts on changing up battlefields? Because there are
What
a
do you mean,
couple that are quite
changing?
underused.
Club Violet.
For example, the
Club
exactly yeah.
Violet, yeah.
I mean, you have to just find a way to balance it out. Like
Yeah.
in the past, the lava field, the class I think 14 reorder, what it is, used to be actually quite a good board, but then they nerfed it because HP scaling damage is just really strong in this game. It's just dominant if you know how to use it well. So either like there is probably no actual sweet point of this
I feel
board
like
being either too weak or too strong.
Lava field used to be good. I remember when you could go 250 with that easily or over that.
Yeah, something
Yeah,
like
I've seen
that.
With
people
no
go
effort
like
at all.
500 waves.
Yeah, I think I got max to the 250 because of some mistake or bad RNG. But it was possible to get higher. Also, Club Violet is pretty useless.
Yeah,
Club
there's-
Violet is getting used alongside for players that aren't class 20 yet. They're Yin Yang. Like, unless they run Fifth Voyage, they
Mhm.
basically run Club Violet. That's basically the two options. that they're-
When I was in class 20 and I used to play Yin Yang on PvP, I used Fifth Voyager lock because
Yeah,
of the
like
speed.
it's a strong, really strong deck. But basically, it depends on how well you're playing, and yeah, like Club Violet is in the long run the better deck if you know how to play with Yin Yang and if you play it well. But Voyage is an early game carry to say the least. Like the two boards that you can basically get that are used the least currently, from my experience, are the Final Colosseum, like the one that's a Sand Swamp dice, and yeah, like already said, the Lava Field skin. Those two are just not seen anywhere.
It could
Well,
be
the
nice that
Colosseum
they switch
is-
that one up as well in the season. Like one battlefield is nerfed and one is more used, like buffed.
No, it could be fun too.
Yeah, it could be fun, but like then they would have to nerf Pantheon basically the entire season, like every season, because Pantheon is just the strongest battlefield out there currently for most decks.
Mhm.
Like Flame Royal Flow just depends on it. Yin Yang is better like with Pantheon than with any other board.
If
I personally also like just playing Solar Lunar with Pantheon, but not because it's the best, just because, well, currently I can still show off that I have Pantheon and I've grinded my way up here. So yeah, we'll see how that plays out after the update hits. And
yeah, more
what's the new point going to be for Pantheon and who's going to achieve or who's going to get Pantheon and who is not.
it's sad for me because I grinded it hard way and I feel like I'm pissed because of the 9k trophy.
yeah, it's pretty depressing.
Yeah,
I remember getting to my class 20 and I immediately maxed it out. I just collected this much money.
No, I
And
still
it
have
was-
not maxed it out.
really?
I don't
Oh,
care about
Really?
I don't care about enough. Nah, it's still class. It's still level 16.
Oh, wow.
44 crit rate. Like I use it every day, but I can't be asked to max it out.
But the
Even
event,
I'm just
with the
using
extra gold
for
now?
legend.
but the event, you get so much.
Nah,
gold.
not even with the extra gold. I'm using the extra gold on classing up my dice instead of the board. Because like it's more of a flex show off to your opponent, like if they have the same class dice and everything like that, and you win them without having maxed out Pantheon, and they then scream, "Ah, yeah, I have maxed out Pantheon. How the fuck did I lose?" And then you just show them, "Yeah, right. I don't even have it maxed. You just need to learn how to play."
Yeah.
And now, since we are talking about the battlefields, do you think the classes, when you saw the video, this says the class maximum was 29, and the battlefields were level max was 20. Is the battlefield max going to be increased? Do you think?
No,
No, I don't think.
I don't think so.
No.
Yeah.
they will not raise it because the rank will be seasonal rank, not static, like it used to.
Yeah.
I think the dice are good enough of a gold sink that they are right now already.
Yeah, probably. Like they don't need to increase. Like currently, how much do you pay for maxing it out? Like close to 500,000.
Yeah.
With the last upgrade costing a few 100k. Like how much do you think people are actually willing to invest into maxing their Pantheon? For example, if you put another 9 levels on it. Like if they
Yeah,
scale it the same way
cost
that they're
more.
scaling it right now, the max for actually maxing it would be quite a few million gold coins that you would have to spend just
Yeah.
for basically 1% of extra crit chance.
Yeah. Well, there are more gift events, I guess.
Yeah, true. But like, do you actually want to spend, let's say, if the gift event is going to be 1 week monthly and you get 1 million coins every time, do you actually want to invest basically 5 months worth of gift event just to max your Pantheon?
No.
Maybe.
Nope.
I already maxed all my battlefields
Ah.
months ago.
I have leveled up only 2 battlefields, and none of them is maxed because I don't feel the need to do so.
I just wanted
My
to max them.
Pantheon is max.
Yeah, obviously it's nice to max them. Yeah, if you have the gold, obviously you should go ahead and max them. It's always best to have like another safety net, and those few percent can make a difference. So yeah,
I've even the default one max, even though I don't use it.
Lol. Everything is everything.
I think still you should max your Pantheon. It's a 10% damage increase if you, or more even, if you don't have it at 50.
yeah. I mean, it is obviously nice to have those few extra percent. But yeah, like I
But,
said, for me it's
for you-
working out great.
But for you, it's a 10% damage increase, like flat.
Yeah, right.
Why
But,
wouldn't
like,
you?
basically, because I don't need it. That's like the main reason. Because like if I can spend the gold on something that I can actually use, like for example, glassing up, sacrificial, crack growth, crack, something like that, some dice that I actually use on a daily basis. Why would I spend the gold on a Pantheon? Yes, it gives me safer damage output, and yes, it increases my overall DPS, but I don't need it. Like that's my main concern, where I have to see like, do I need the 1% extra crit chance on one spot of the board, or 2 spots, sorry, of the board more than I need, for example, 10 more base damage from sacrificial in crew battles, or crack growth, 3 more damage, 3% in crew battles.
Basically, you wanna say everyone plays the different way and the way they think it will be the best for them. So you don't max
Yes.
your Pantheon.
In my opinion, I think if they will let you upgrade your board more, then it might added more places like the crit spot. Instead of 2, there will be 3 or something like this. I don't think that's more than 50% crit or 50% speed is enough.
Well, imagine 100% on Pantheon.
Yeah, like,
Oh, yeah.
Will be so overpowered.
everyone will use Yan. So
It's ba-
with 2 OP after 50% more crates.
yeah.
Yeah.
You mean it would crit too often,
Yeah.
but more people will have Pantheon right now, so I don't find it a really bad idea.
Okay. Okay. So the next.
Like basically, my friend grinded like 2 days. He got like 5k trophies. He's maybe 14 or class 14 or 15. Now he will be class 20 and will have Pantheon. I was grinding 3 days, 12 hours straight to get up to my class 20 from 16. It was
Well,
pain.
basically, the question will be like if Pantheon will actually stay class 20 reward. That's not set yet.
Yeah. that's
I personally would
doubtful.
enjoy it more if Pantheon wouldn't stay class 20 reward, but instead would be locked behind something, like some condition for Pantheon to be unlocked. Like 90 trophies, you can do that in a weekend. Nah, not 40k. Let's just say, for example, you have to win 500 or 1000 games to just show that you've actually put some time into it.
Yeah,
Because
yeah.
9k trophies, let's just be real, that's done in a weekend if you put it behind it.
Yes,
Like,
if
if you
you
actually
have
put your mind
dices,
behind it, that's too easy.
if you have experience with game and some dices that you can play with, it's no problem to grind it in 1 day.
Only if you like play only the fire PvP with a win streak, you will get there very easily.
Yeah, because of the experience. Sure.
Yeah, definitely because of the experience. Like it all comes down at the end of the day, like to RNG, mainly to experience of the player, and also a little bit to let's say to the class and how your opponents match you. Like we might expect a balance change with this update. Let's hope so. That might shift the meta a little bit, because otherwise, after the season, like after season 0, after the first season starts, it's just going to be bloodbath in PvP. Let's just put it like that.
I hope they will mix meta finally, and Flameflow will not be the best choice.
Flameflow is not the best.
It's one of the best, but not the best.
Yeah, one of the best if your opponent doesn't know how to play against it. That definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've beaten it a few times, but today I did like
It's not
20 win streak with it.
it's not unbeatable deck, of course, but it gives the most percent win rate, most consistent win rate. So it's considered.
But
as the
depends on how well you know your deck and what
Yes,
you're
of
playing.
course. Depends on your skill. If you are a skilled
Yeah.
player, then there is basically no better deck to play with.
If you're a skilled player, you play Solar Moon, and not the lame Flameflow Royal that's meta and just wins because of RNG.
I'm playing
Because of
Princess.
Pantheon.
Yeah, basically because of Pantheon and Royal RNG. That's the way this deck is winning.
Yeah. Without Pantheon, it's garbage, to be honest.
Later.
Yeah.
Okay, now getting to the next topic, the season pass and the other pass. So, do you think it's going to be a pay-to-win season pass? So we get
Yes.
every
Yes.
season.
Yeah,
So every season we
definitely.
get a new pass, or just one time, and it's the gap.
Every season a new pass.
Yeah, it's going to be like Clash
Yeah.
Royale. So the gap between pay-to-win and free-to-play is going to be more.
Basically going to be like every other game right now. Like
If you want more rewards,
years.
then you need to pay.
Yeah, and
in the past few years, every game basically implemented something like that. Something like seasons, a free-to-play season pass, and something you need to pay, let's say 5 to 10 euros, dollars, pounds, whatever your currency is for to achieve more or to gain more rewards. Also, in the video trailer that they've released, you could see 2 rows of
price
basically 2
rewards.
rows of
Yeah.
things that you get rewards. Yeah, thank you. On the left side, you saw basically trash rewards, and on the right side, you saw the rewards containing legendary dice ore.
Mm-hmm.
But those had a lock in front of them, which basically tells me that this is going to be a pay-to-win pass that you have to unlock by paying, let's say, $5 or euros, something like that.
I think it's going to be more.
You have to pay for it.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe like depends on how long the seasons go. Basically, like if the season is going to be 1 week, which I doubt, because who the fuck is going to get 1,800 golden trophies in a week if you only get 4 per win? Then you basically would have to pay like €2 or something like that. If it's 2 weeks, maybe 5. If it's a month, 5 to 10. Just depends on how long the seasons are going to go.
Yeah,
think it
and in the
will
video
go
they
to-
showed that if you win with more hearts, you gain more points. And do you think that the current rewards with the reduction, what will happen to the VIP pass and the VVIP points, the points from to 40k, we had different rewards. What will happen to those? Will the rewards
Well, probably
stay?
they have thought of some system where for each, let's just say 1,000 trophies, you get a reward. Basically, I would think so, that they've made a trophy road beyond 40k trophies. And for the first 1,000 trophies that you have more than 40k, you get, let's say, 5,000 gold. For the next 1,000 trophies that you have more, you maybe get 10,000 gold. Then for the next, maybe 20 gems, and so on, just to 1.5 million trophies or whatever the maximum is right now. So that actually everybody who invested more time gets more rewards than the people that invest less time into PvP. The rewards that you're currently getting with VIP and VVIP or Legendary Pass, I'm probably thinking they're gonna keep them mostly the same. Just the trophy range that you need to unlock them is probably going to change. Like currently at the end of the Legendary Pass, you have to get like 3,000 to 5,000 trophies or something like that, some insane amount, to get one more reward. This is probably just going to decrease to a few hundred trophies needed per extra reward. So I don't think there will be any huge difference.
Okay, what the others?
Maybe the others will talk.
I just really hope that the premium pass won't be like $20 or $30 because that's just too much.
especially for Polish people.
Yeah, exactly. We're poor. You were poor.
Yes, we are not the richest.
Do you pay
I
much
think
more?
they-
Or?
Yep.
Like basically, you get maybe 20 zloty per hour of your working, and $30 is like 5 hours of your work, maybe 6. So it's a lot.
Yeah.
To just gain it. You know, you are working like hour on 2 hours, and we have to work like 3 times more to get the same thing. It's just unfair.
So the prices aren't really reduced for you to your currency.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, but it would also be pretty broken because you could set your location to Polish and you would have, like different
Yeah.
things.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I would just VPN to some country in Africa and pay for like 50 cents for the legendary pass, where the currency like in the country is completely fucked.
Yeah, I'm basically
Could be
free to
cool.
play, but think about getting to pay some money for the game
You can already do that,
because
but you have to switch on your Apple account. If you
Yeah, I
put
mean,
it
I
on
know,
South Africa, you can pay in South African dollars.
Yeah, I know, but I'm just talking about spending for the premium pass on this season because I've spent only like $10 in more than a year of playing this game.
Okay, I spent 10 times more, I guess.
I spent also some more money, but I wanted to get growth really badly, and Queen's Legacy packs was was my main goal.
Yeah, I've only bought State Room because I couldn't get it.
Yeah, I got both VIP packs, and I gave my birthday self $50 pack.
I bought the co-op, the 10 co-op, because
Yeah, 5
to watch
extra.
the
I think every player who are class 20 bought the 10 co-op tries.
I didn't.
Really?
Okay.
Yeah,
You watch it every time?
It's like
Yep.
10 zloty.
Or
It's
spending gems because I get like 600 or 700 from my crew daily. So,
really?
Yeah, it's not a big deal.
What? I getting only 200.
Yeah, for me that
That's
isn't working sometimes. So I don't bother with
It depends on day, but your crew is really good then.
Okay, then I guess we're done with this topic. So do you think with the update we are going to get an extra small balance patch because they weren't talking about it in a video? But in the last big update they did little bit changes. And what do you think what dice will be changed if they do some changes?
I would really nerf Flame because it's just too OP with Pantheon and Royal and Flow. So yeah, I would nerf Flame to delete it from the meta right now.
I think they will probably change the correct meta. I don't know what they will nerf, but they will probably nerf something and change everything. Probably buff some dice that no one uses and no one will use after the updates. That's
Like-
it, I think.
There is some dices that's unused, but I don't think they really will make them used. Like they did with Flame. It was pretty bad before change patch. If you can remember, of course.
Yeah, it sucks.
I hope
Yeah,
they
I
bring
would like to see some of the very old meta dice back in the game. Basically, let's say light. It's not getting used for anything currently.
because
Just
of Moon.
buff it a little bit, like maybe let's say with class 15 light level 5 at 7 pips, you get close to the max attack speed. Just so some people can actually use it without getting completely screwed. Like, I would use light instead of lunar if light would be like the old, actually the OG light with the old buffing. But currently it's it's just sad to see that this old OG meta dice is completely unused and completely rotten in the corner of the room.
You're right. They could do Lunar is like compared crit with light combined. They could do single dice like crit or like light. Should be better. Should give more buffs overall than Moon, because Moon is combined, and I think more people would use it.
Yeah.
I mean,
think-
it doesn't even have to be better in the terms of buffing it. It would be enough to just buff it a little bit, just so that at a high class light can be compared to a lower class Moon. Let's say like class 15 light should be comparable, in my opinion, to, let's say, class 8, maybe class 9 Lunar in the terms of attack speed, or even a little bit like class 10 or class 11 in the terms of attack speed. Doesn't have to reach the complete max attack speed, because then again that would kind of be broken because of the condition to activate it.
Yeah, it would be cool to see that.
Honestly, I would boost light to like so that it boosts better than Moon, but it just does crit and damage boost. Yeah, let's let it shoot faster, let it boost stronger.
No.
So that it would be better for new players.
Also, I want to see combo back. I don't think they had to nerf it last time. The last nerf was unnecessary.
Wasn't needed. Yeah. Because they basically killed combo on PvP.
Yeah, I think maybe they had the Luminous Prison planned, and they didn't. They maybe in their testing they saw that combo is going to be broken in co-op. Maybe that's why they nerfed it.
I don't think so. Basically on co-op, the meta now is yin yang. If you want to fast farm or if you want to go to long run, it's Solar Lunar with time, and that's the meta.
But I think the old combo will be higher than will be the same
rate. Might, but it wasn't nerfed really a lot. It was like a little nerf.
But they made it slower. Sometimes when combo's a little bit faster, we'll get to over 100.
Maybe. We will not see it again. I think so. They won't buff it.
Yeah. Even though if it was the old combo, Royale would be killing it, so they didn't need to nerf it that hard again. I think combo got nerfed 3 or 4 times. Of the most nerfed dice.
No, combo got nerfed 2 times. One time, like not directly, but shortly after the release, where they decreased the damage quite drastically, and then a few months back where they decreased the attack speed. So that's like the 2 major nerfs that I personally remember.
There was more.
Yeah, there's
for
more.
Was there more?
Yeah. It's not just 2.
There was nerfing like month after month after month.
I remember 3 nerfs. I remember.
Oh yeah, maybe there was 2 damage nerfs, and I just remember them as 1, possibly.
If I remember first nerf, it was like for a class up you would get 5 more damage per combo, but now you get 2 for class up. So yeah, it was a huge nerf.
Yeah. What about gun dice?
Yeah, it definitely needs boost.
I think one of the worst legendaries, I guess, or reuseful at class 7 dots.
Like you can use it efficiently if it hits 7 dots, but you can't overcome 1 second time oh Jesus, how to call it? To aim enemy, and it's fucked for me because you can't reduce this time more, so it's pretty useless. If you could, it would be funny to play that dice. It would be even OP.
Yeah.
Also, he targets randomly.
I remember playing it like a. No, it targets the enemy with the most percent of
Lowest
AP
or highest?
monster. Highest, sorry, highest.
Yeah. What be the next worst dice after gun dice from the legendaries?
I think Sun Swamp. I didn't saw it was used on PvP or co-op. Like maybe it was used.
Hello? Hello?
And
Yes, for sure. It maybe
You
could
just have to be a
spawn, but-
Vietnamese hacker from Vietnamese hacking crew, and your metastasis is going to wreck everybody in crew battle. Like you've
yeah, I've
seen-
seen.
Maybe you've seen the posts on Facebook in the past,
Yep.
like week or two.
I'm back. No, my
It's just
voice was gone, and couldn't hear anything.
I think for silence they could do Leon boss. I mean, they could cancel silence and transform it to Leon boss to decrease down the dots for the enemy side. Would be better.
That
Like-
would be
But then-
broken.
Assassin,
Then the
Assassin,
silence should
but-
not scale with pips. Like imagine you merge two 6-dot silences. Your opponent has a pretty good board. You just use Grow, Joker, like basically as Foon, but with silence.
Luminous
That-
Prism Battlefield, double it up,
yeah, I feel you.
Yeah.
I got you.
double triggers, yeah.
But
Yeah, like imagine you merge two 5 pips. So basically you silence normally 10 of your opponent's dice. Then your Luminous Prism activates. You basically
Yeah,
just
that's what I mean.
reduce by 20 pips
but
the opponent's board.
it's pretty impossible with my luck, so don't worry.
No
With
players
your luck, yeah.
will be playing that silence dice with assassin with no DPS. They will lose instantly.
Yeah, but now every silence you merge, I mean every dot you merge of silence, you only silence one dice of enemy, not two. It was changed.
Oh, really? Yes, it did. Oh, wow. So bad.
It used to be two, but now it's only one.
That's so bad.
Yeah,
But basically, with
but now
But I still
blood,
win PvP battle with silence dice. Because I blocked the whole battlefield with Luminous Prism.
it's not so. Sorry, it's not so hard at all.
No, you have to wait with the silence dice after the second boss.
I know. I
Before
used to play it when it came.
But when it came, it didn't have Luminous
Yeah.
Prism.
Yes, but you had twice count, so it
But
was the same
It wasn't
basically.
the same. Now it changed that
Like,
every
right
dot
now,
has the same time.
yeah, but right now you have Luminous Prism, and if you merge two 6 dots, you are 100% sure to block 6 dices, and if Luminous activates it, it can block up to 12
But I
per
don't,
two 6 dots.
But I don't activate it just before merge. I will have 4 or 5 merged.
Yeah, I know what you mean. You
Yeah.
you can block basically fulfill, but I think right now it's the same with Luminous Prism. If it was when it came, it's basically everything, but you need some luck to activate Luminous Cast.
I don't think it's the same.
Yeah.
Because
silence is actually really good. Oh,
when it came, the 1 dot had less time than the 5 dots. Hello?
I see.
Well, I mean, at the end of the day, it doesn't really matter if you use a Luminous Prism or not. Like, if you know how to use it well, like a crewmate of mine, I don't know if any of you ever heard of him, Cool Magnet. He used to run a rock silence deck in PvP just to bully low class people, and he absolutely smashed like Yin Yang. He smashed Solar Lunar. It's all just a question of how well you play the deck, how well you know the dice, and obviously your class and crit. Like he could go in infinity with his rock dice. With just a few crits, he could get a couple dozens of HP mobs down. With several dozen thousand HP. So yeah, basically, it is a pretty strong dice if you know how to use it well. Just really situational.
Yeah, and also in boss stages, it's
But
more
we-
powerful when you use it against
We-
the right boss.
We can,
Yeah, right.
We can really wonder how it works right now because we didn't think about lower class and lower crit players. We only talk about the dices from our perspective. Like basically on lower class, landmine would be better than it is on class 20s because meta is changing also for classes, not only for dices, I think.
Yeah, and the landmine should be able. You should be able to boost landmine with Moon, so that it
Oh
shoots
yeah, it
faster.
would be cool.
Oh
No. If
No.
that happened,
But
If you ever
you could-
remember the
you
old
could
times
do
of 1-pip
with
landmine and 1-pip light
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
1-pip time going way beyond wave 90,
yes,
you definitely don't want
could
that
go-
to stack with Lunar.
it was like that. I remember that. I also remember when you was placing one light, then 4 solars to it, and the opponent had to place time in a good way.
Yeah, I've just played that solo time, like
Yeah.
OG solo time low pip with a
Yeah,
buddy of mine
yeah.
from the crew, like in last month or so. We've got 69 to 69 waves, which is for the majority of players quite good. Let's just put it like that. So if they know how to use it, and if they know that this exists, they could definitely get a few more waves in and a few more stable 69 wave runs.
I see. But you can achieve it
Yeah.
also with Yin Yang Crack or with Yin Yang Assassin.
Yeah, I can get to 83 with Yin Yang
Jeez.
Crack.
it's
Yeah, I
a
have
strong deck.
one.
I feel
Yeah, my Yin Yang is 10, so it's pretty open.
my Yin Yang is 7. I was screaming like a little girl when I got it after 3 months of sniping.
Oh my god, I got it next day after.
I got
update.
Knight from box the same day it came, so
When Yin Yang came out, I was basically on a break from the game. I just came back this year, January, and I basically got Yin Yang to class 8 like 1 week into playing the game again. So I
well,
was quite a bit lucky.
Yeah.
it's funny because when I got my Yin Yang, my girlfriend is also playing random dice, and she got her Yin Yang one day after me, and then she got after this day she got another, and she have it on class 8.
Nice.
She got 3 times straight from the shop, and I didn't found any single piece after I got one of them.
You need to
Right
play
ball.
more co-op. And
Yeah, I needed to
Yeah.
farm more. I got you.
yeah, and we can see my Yin Yang is class 10, and I don't even spend money on it.
It depends on luck. I have
Yeah.
other dices in higher classes, so
And what do you think about buffing or nerfing bosses?
nerf. I
think-
mean for
I
co-op.
think maybe the silence boss, when you defeat it, maybe his curse will be released. That
Yeah,
I see
yeah.
in other games as well. When the silence boss, I think in Random Royale, when it gets destroyed, especially for the double boss stages, when the
Guru, please don't cry.
Sorry.
Yeah, maybe.
I'll mute myself for a bit. Hold on.
okay,
Shh.
Okay, you better in rank soon. Don't worry about it.
They will nerf these bosses. Please stop.
Sorry.
Guru's flying. Please nerf those bosses, please.
What do you guys think about
Well,
nerfing the
it
silence
depends.
boss?
It really depends on the boss. Like silence, I don't think that it needs a nerf. Like maybe a buff even. Like for high class players, it's one of the two easiest bosses to beat. Let's just put it like that. Like
Yeah. The
The-
real danger
Yeah.
is Magician and Leon.
For me, the easiest
Yeah.
is
I don't.
basically
I don't consider Knight as danger. Also, sometimes when I play Yin Yang, Leon is helping me. When you have 7
yeah.
PPU, you can't do it. You can't do shit with that.
I still
So
think the knight is
Yeah,
the
it
best
helps.
from all.
I don't think so.
Okay, I'm done
Nah,
crying.
I'm using Knight, for example, in crew battle. I'm using Knight to buff me more than I'm actually getting screwed by it.
Yeah, same for me.
Yeah,
Also, when you play Solar
Exactly.
Lunar, Knight is also big buff for you to get to
Which
gain
is
higher
what
PPU.
I'm doing. Yeah.
Yeah.
Depends. In co-op, not. When you have your setup. with
Yeah,
them.
it depends on your partner. Like if I'm running
But on-
solo Yin Yang and my partner is just some random player who has set up a harmony, and I'm getting supplements all over, I'm just waiting for the knight to give me growth to set up my Yin Yang board to a higher pip count. So all depends on the situation, really, which boss is helping you out and which boss is.
It depends on situation how you can use bosses for your overall score.
But when you're playing the Solar Crack time combination with Assassin, the knight is the one that kills the combination after wave 100 something. No other boss.
Yes,
Yeah, that
of
obviously.
course.
But how many players that actually play this game get to that wave regularly?
Many class
It
20 players.
depends.
Yeah, class 20 players, exactly. Which is currently not the thing that really matters. Like, not many people have it right now, at least, for the time being.
Yeah.
Till the update hits.
Imagine that 20.
New class 20 will not define your skill. It will be like, okay, you are class 20.
But we'll
Yeah,
be
it
class
will
20
be
something
like
then.
Class 20
class 12.
does not define skill even right now. Like, it is not a measurement of skill, PvP overall. PvP is just a measurement of how long have you been playing. That's why leaderboard, in my opinion, isn't really showing anything off besides how much
Yeah,
money.
they just farming these trophies and that's all. I was talking with Dicex. When I beaten him on PvP, yeah, I can show off. I beaten him two times, like maybe in my farming time. It was lucky. I don't consider it at it normal win.
I mean, crewmates of mine also beaten him when he was running Flame Royal.
Yeah, I
Flow.
beaten him with
And they've
Solar
beaten
Lunar.
him whilst running Yin Yang. Okay, so yeah.
Everything.
Yeah, I've only faced him
Everything
once.
is
and
possible,
he's
but
playing.
when I was speaking with him, he was like, "Okay, I need to go to farm 3 hours daily to get to my to get to point where I am and don't lose my rank." Wait, I will
Yeah.
really quickly try to found it. You can
Well,
talk. I will.
To each their own. Whoever has that much time to spend on random dice PvP without actually getting any benefit from it, to each their own.
Yeah.
He said he needs to do 10 to 20k trophies every day. So you can count how much time it is.
Yeah, I can't even get like 5K because I'm just getting too angry when I
Psycho
use.
Shadow.
Yeah, same.
He told me he wants to be the number 1 player.
Yeah, he won't be that.
But with the reset, maybe he has a chance with the reduction.
Doubt.
I think
There's
no.
like, there is this famous saying whatever you do, there's always an Asian better than you. And in
Yeah.
mobile games and generally games that are online, there is no better place to actually say that.
And some
Because there's
Arab guy.
always some Korean guy that hasn't seen the light of the day for the last 40 days of his life, and he will beat you no matter how good you are and no matter how many hours of a day you invest.
And
He's just going to take a
Yeah.
caffeine pill and play for 48 hours straight PvP, and he's just gonna be like, you go to sleep. 8 hours later, he's 200k trophies ahead of you.
like
What are you going?
he get a white stripe of cocaine on his his desk, and he's going more.
Ice X has absolutely no chance against those Asians.
They are just
You're
switching.
talking like it's one player playing the account, but
Yeah.
it's
Yeah,
not.
Yeah, it's not. We know
Okay,
that. We
I
know
heard
that.
about
Yeah.
that as well in other games.
Well,
It's not always Asians, by the way. I've got a German example as well.
Yeah,
Like-
DM Pierre.
No, you remember Diablo 2 back in the old days?
I'm
no one is as
not
old as
I'm not the
you.
youngest here, but I'm not that old.
You should know your history. It's Gerbarb. He
Guru,
used to have-
you're a dinosaur.
sorry,
You are a dinosaur.
That's all.
dinosaur.
Yeah.
I'm 35.
Yeah, you are a dinosaur.
Yeah, you are.
Yeah, you definitely are more than 2 times older than me. How old are you guys, by the way?
26.
Really? Oh my god.
I'm 15.
35 here.
20.
Ooh,
Ooh.
dinosaur.
I'm trying to not focus on my age.
Mm.
When I will be 40 or 50, I will still act like I'm acting right now. So
Yeah, you think you will be, but that will change.
I will. You will see.
No, you will have crying kids and stuff.
No, it was you. We have that documented.
Okay, now let's go to the next topic. I think we jumped one. So the buff dice, they had the video where they have the thing we talked on the last podcast, buffing dice.
Podcast.
Yeah, podcast.
Sorry.
Buffing dices for seasons. So in the video they showed they're going to buff 2 dices. What do
Yeah,
you
like
think?
we are predicted it.
They're going to
dice
raise the crit damage of time dice. How are they going to do that?
I think when you play those dices, your base crit damage will be increased.
It will slower your opponent crit faster.
Isn't
Yeah.
it crit chance and not crit damage?
I think
I think the crit
Yeah,
damage overall will be
it's
changed.
crit chance. I think.
Crit damage overall will be increased, but when they buff the bad dice, how much crit damage they need to increase? For example, for broken dice, I don't think for 10 crit damage anybody will play it. And will it be? Do you think that buff will? If Marina, maybe.
It would be better if they multiplied your crit for using certain dice, not to buff it with percents.
Yeah. It's even written on the video that you get crit rate
Yeah, I
increased
think so.
for using this dice.
Crit rate or
Yeah.
crit damage?
Crit rate,
Okay.
Great.
crit
You
chance.
want screenshot?
So basically, like, if they ever decide to give a crit chance boost for playing Yin Yang in your deck, you don't even need Pantheon anymore.
Yeah.
But I don't think it would take.
I would
The
suggest
other,
just
the other thing you need is
Yeah, I don't think that will ever be the case, but just imagine if they would do that.
but it will maybe
Yeah.
it will maybe be Jesus again. It might be picked with algorithms, not manually. So
yeah,
then
maybe
there's-
it will
Yeah,
be
probably.
randomized.
there
Dice,
is-
the legendary dice that gets to play, that get played the least, that's just going to be picked.
Combo.
Hopefully, who knows?
but it would be fun also to see some overpowered dice. Sorry,
That was loud.
Oh my god.
Everybody's having some sound of some kind of background noise here.
In real life sounds.
My phone rang, so
Uh,
my bro called me. He's already there. I need to go to drink some beer. So thank you guys for today's podcast. It was fun,
Yeah.
and see you soon.
Yeah.
Okay.
Enjoy.
See you
Enjoy.
tonight. Have a good time. Thanks.
okay, see you next time.
Also, basically, the seasonal dice buff could play a role if they ever decide to play some, or like to buff some kind of dice that gets played in some decks, but not all too often. Like, let's just, for example, say they would buff Blizzard. I know a few decks that play Blizzard, but not any deck that is currently meta relevant except if you're playing Solar Moon with Blizzard dice. So that's a dice that gets used a little bit, but not too much. So it could actually play a role if they use to buff that for a season. Whereas if you're playing time, like you don't play time as a DPS, you don't play time to do any damage, you don't play time to have any higher crit chance. Like that just doesn't really make any sense, in my opinion, at least.
Yeah, but maybe in co-op, both players will get it, so that one player can play like time support or time us, and the other player can just go Solar Moon, and they both will have.
Oh yeah, that could
boosted
be
crit chance.
useful then. Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
We will have to see how it works in co-op.
Any other dice you think that needs a buff, or should we go to the next topic?
Well, do you mean like buff in the terms of seasonal buff, or buff
Yes.
in the terms of just generally a buff to the dice?
No, just seasonal buff.
I think the season buff is a pretty cool idea. And it depends what dice they will put there, because there might be a bad season when they put two support dice, like flow and time or something like this. So it might not be that useful, but we will see, I guess.
Just imagine playing Flame, Flow, and Royal in PvP, and you even get a benefit from using fucking Flow in your deck. You get to be more toxic.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, it's definitely a good idea to bring some light to some dice that aren't really used that much. It will just really depend on how they use it and how it plays out at the end of the day. On what dice they buff, on if the buff that they give to you and potentially your co-op partner, if they change depending on the dice that you're running. Like if you this season, for example, gives 10% crit rate increase, next season there's weaker dice that get used even less, and then you have like a 15 or 20% increase. Like if it's not too stable, then might be a really good idea to bring some new metas into the game.
Yeah, or maybe they could just seasonally boost, let's just say time, and it will be like maybe 10% better, just 10% better boost instead of crit rate. It would also be
Yeah,
great.
definitely.
Or maybe they could boost Yin Yang seasonally, that the Yin Yang would just hit, I don't know, maybe 10% faster or 10% harder. That would also be pretty cool.
Yeah,
So-
right.
So, how you call it? Support dice get different benefits than crit rate. For example,
Maybe us
assassin.
could get like, yeah.
For example,
Go on, bro.
assassin would instead when you merge assassin, instead of shooting one dice down, shooting two dices.
So Asfoon and so literally Hyper Assassin is going to be the new PvP meta. Is that what you're saying right now?
Yeah. Yes.
I mean, I kind of like it. Playing with Switch against the Hypersin and winning, that's like the best feeling that you can even have.
Yeah, that's so.
Yeah, I did like 20 win streaks with it using Hypersyn. I love this deck. I got like maybe 5-7k trophies with that when I got to class 20.
No, I'm playing Typhoon with assassin and mimic. But when I play against Switch players, I'm waiting till the end of the wave. Then I'm doing all the assassin at once because they're switching too much around. And most of the
I mean,
time,
at the end
they
of the
can't
day,
do-
it really depends on both players and like the playing style. Like the majority of the players that play Assassin in PvP don't know how to use it and when the point of merging actually comes.
Yeah,
That's just the biggest issue when you're running Assassin. You actually still have to know what you're doing and when to do it.
and some just waste the one dot assassin so they can't spam it.
Yeah, exactly. Like they're just merging the 1-pip assassins to get a 2-pip Typhoon, let's say, and think that's better.
Yeah, I saw that a lot of times. Okay, then the next topic is then a non-new update topic. If you could change anything about crew battle, what will that be and why? My opinion, maybe better rewards, boosting dices, especially for crew battle. Now, not this seasonal team, but extra for crew battle, and maybe some weekly missions for crew battle. So maybe play 10 crew battle battles and getting 1 or 200 gems or something.
I mean, basically just something to boost a player's incentive of playing it.
Yes.
Like
because-
currently, the only incentive you have to play crew battles is basically, oh yes, my crew gets gems, which to be fair is quite good. Like if everybody would do their crew battles, every player would get potentially a few thousand gems a day, if there wouldn't be any mechs or anything like that.
Mhm.
But how it currently is, you're basically just, depending on the crew you're in, you're just waiting for your crewmates to do the work while you're just relaxing and just see the gems flowing into your account. And that's just, in my personal opinion, not a good way to do it. Like there needs to be some sort of solo rewards other than getting 200 gold.
yeah.
Like that's nothing. That's just basically wasting our time.
It could reward
maybe-
cards. That would make it more worth, I think.
Yeah, just
Yeah,
basically
maybe-
some sort of giving us an incentive to play for our own accounts instead of only doing it for the crew. Because the human behavior basically is, I don't need to do anything, others can do the job. So that's
Yeah.
the biggest issue.
Or maybe all the rewards from crew battle would be for whole crew, so that like you can get gold for whole crew.
Yeah, just
That would be
basically
epic.
anything. Like boost the rewards of any kind, make it so that people actually have an incentive to play to play the mode, but not only farm or like harvest the gems from your crewmates.
I think they're gonna fix that in a future patch with the raid boss update.
I really hope so.
Yeah,
I think it's a crew thing, make crew more interesting.
Someone in chat saying a crew dice only can be upgraded by doing crew battle. So
Oh,
I mean,
that
that
would
would be kind of nice to have some sort of like that.
Yeah.
Would definitely be an incentive to play more crew battles.
yeah. And also the meta in crew battle isn't really changing much. It's always atomic plus something else.
Nah.
Atomic plus rock.
The
I
only
atomic
real
modified-
the only real atomic deck that can actually compete right now is atomic with combo. Like atomic
Does it
modified
still work?
electric is just no. Don't like if you have a class 8 moon and no like just if you have a class 8 moon, learn how to play moon and solar in co-op and you can get 15 wins. I've done it several times. Zabelek can confirm. I've won against him with
Yeah.
class 8 moon whilst he has class 10 moon. Just learn how to play
Yeah.
moon and solar and you will be fine with class 8 moon. Like you don't need to play atomic with modified electric. It's just not worth your time.
but you still can win battles. You know, you have
Yeah, you can win battles, right? You can. But like the chance of winning it with another deck that you played for more than a week to say like that, is definitely higher. Like, even Solar Combo, not Solar Combo, sorry, Solar Scope, which is currently getting a lot more attention after the 2 scope buffs. It's better than playing Modified Electric with Atomic. Obviously, again, if you know a little bit about the game and know how to play Solar a little bit.
Well, I don't play crew, so I don't know much.
Well, I mean, personally, I think you can train for crew battle quite well in PvP. Just really depends on, well, how you play, how your playing style is at the end of the day.
Okay.
In my opinion, crew battles are a little bit boring. I don't know why I'm not having too much fun of it. But I am playing them sometimes when I don't know, when there is no fire PvP, or like I just lost my win streak and don't want to play PvP anymore, or there is nothing to grind for.
And crew battles also
I mean,
take a very long time.
Yeah,
I mean,
There's
the
no-
longest match in crew battles that I had so far were like 15 minutes, and that's
Oh
like
my
maybe 2 or 3 times in a week.
God.
Maybe I'm just getting lucky with my opponents. I don't know, but like, I'm not getting that long of matches. But I've seen quite a few people complain about too long matches, so
No,
I
they
can
just
understand that.
compared with PvP. They don't compare it with co-op.
Yeah, obviously compared with PvP, where everybody is running an aggressive deck that loses after 5 minutes. Yeah, kind of
Yeah.
long.
yeah, I think that's the problem with crew battles, that there is no too many decks to play. Like there is Solar Moon, Solar Scope, or like combo if your combo level is high. That's like make the crew battles very boring.
Yeah. I tried once with teleport. It sent 40 monsters over, but still it didn't count as victory because he killed it off fast enough, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, teleport in crew battles is really only good against players that don't run Solar, or if you're playing on purpose with Solar in your own deck, where you basically let yourself be hit by the knight to summon all the mobs, and then quickly activate your own Solar, so you kill off all the mobs and just instantly send 3 bosses to your opponent.
Yeah.
Like, if you do that on wave 1 on the boss rotations, you have quite a good chance of winning, but that's quite a hard task to achieve.
Teleport very dangerous. But in
Yeah,
co-op
definitely.
it's not
It's not the best.
yeah, in co-op not usable anymore, in my opinion.
Yeah, co-op is just to troll your partner.
Yeah. To be fair, it never really was usable in co-op. The only thing it used to do in co-op was screw over your entire board when you had the magician as boss.
But after
Back when magician
Yeah.
actually had its clans.
but you nerfed the magician, now it doesn't happen again.
Yeah. But still, like, teleport never really was a dice for co-op.
No.
Like Royal.
Yeah, like Royal, exactly.
Yeah, some players play Royal, some beginners players in PvP Royal. And when you play Yang, they use it.
Yeah, it's basically new players. There's 2 kinds of players that play Royal in co-op. Player 1, I'm going to screw over my partner because I love trolling and I love seeing them fail, and I have fun seeing my partner fail, although we could get way further. Player 2 is basically, I've installed this game 2 days ago, I've gotten 1 legendary. Legendaries must be good, they are called legendary for a reason. Let's use them in co-op. It has to be the best dice that I own. So that's basically the 2 types of players that use Royal in co-op, at least
Yeah.
from my experience.
Starting with the wrong deck.
Yeah, but Most players
Uh,
mostly know what Royal does, and mostly know that Royal in co-op is absolutely garbage, and you should never do that.
It only benefits when
Yes.
your teammate plays sacrifice. But okay, you need to
Yeah,
play combo or something.
yeah.
okay.
Sacrifice in co-op.
I think some players play sacrifice over bounty for some reason.
Yeah, but bounty is just better.
Yeah.
Yeah, way better.
The last time that I played co-op with random, I played in Gyang and got a royal partner in class 5, and from then I'm not playing with randoms anymore.
You should play more with me, Jules. I think we should be a great pair.
Okay.
Okay, then let's get to the last topic. Can you imagine Random Dice doing crossover with other games? Like with some famous anime, for example, Pokemon. Then you have a legendary called Pikachu, and he'll do his Thunderbolt ability. It's like if you know Random Royale, there's a dice called Thor, and he's sends a Thunderbolt to the enemies. Like that skill.
Basically, modified electric in even better as a legendary version.
Yes.
For that exact example, well, my personal take on it would be, I would like to see something like that happening, but I cannot really imagine how that would look, just because Random Dice is such a unique game design. They actually came up with something that I personally have never seen before, and that's why I can't really imagine how such a crossover in this game would actually look like, or would have to look like, to be actually fun and enjoyable whilst staying unique.
A webtoon called
Maybe they
Dice.
could have.
No, I said there's a webtoon I read before Random Dice and called Dice. It's about some unique dice users with different abilities, but not sure if they are. But also webtoons from Korean, maybe they can do some collab.
I mean, yeah, it really depends on what steps the company 111% is going to take.
Yeah.
Like, if they are going to take the route of wanting this game to be even bigger, then at some point or another, they probably have to do collaborations, because the game on its own is not going to grow forever. So collaborations are probably the best thing they can do to make the game grow even more. But then the question would be, which brand would this game could collaborate with, and what would the collaboration look like? Like, there is a few different ideas, like you've said, that Pikachu Dice, for example, if they would do a collab with Pokemon. But at the end of the day, like,
I
there's
think
not
the game
much
would
they
suffer.
can do.
You think?
Yeah,
Yeah,
probably. Yeah.
that IP of Pikachu is going to be really expensive for Random Dice to uphold.
Okay, I don't know how much it will cost Pikachu Pokemon.
Like if you would do, for example, Disney. Yeah, you make a Blizzard Elsa dice, for example.
Yeah,
Yeah,
basically
maybe
for
just
skins.
skins
For
for the day.
skins, so collabs like that would be quite good.
Skins can
Yeah.
be very cool, yeah. But the problem with
Mm.
random is that I don't know like how they can do crossovers. Like, what options do they have to do, like, to change the game? Besides editing dice or skins, they don't have too many options.
I think advertising is still better. Like grow the player base.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Probably that's the main reason they will do it.
Maybe they could take something from their older game. I forgot how it's called.
Mage Dice, for
Mage
example.
Dice. Yeah, Mage Dice. They had a hero in it. Maybe they'll do something like that in future.
Yeah, they had Gandalf in it, basically. I mean, I've played the game, like Mage Dice. It is something different than Random Dice, but you definitely see you see that it's from the same company. It has quite a few similarities to Random Dice itself. I personally
Yeah.
prefer Random Dice just because it's way more like balanced, it has PvP aspect and everything like that.
Yeah, it was only PvE.
So yeah, it was just the same thing over and over again.
Also, it had a bug
Um,
that was abused, and they didn't fix it.
I mean, why would they fix it? Because like I think they stopped really working on that game because Random Dice became such a hit.
Yeah.
I'd rather they address the problem of hackers still, or hacked accounts. That's my main issue.
Yeah. And all the hacks are still in the game. I thought the older one was blocked out. They weren't. The PvP hack is there. The Dice 2 class 15 hack is there.
I mean, quite a few of the hacks have been patched out. Like, I don't know if any of you remembers, but in the past, you basically, like, there was a hack where you could buff your dice base speed, base attack speed, and base attack damage to the complete max. Like, I still have a screenshot of my opponent having a normal electric dice hitting at the speed of a lunar on Cataman and just doing more than 2 billion damage at level 1 per hit, because that's just the max that's programmed into this game. So they've patched quite a few things out. The issue just is that they don't, or like it seems like they don't actually prevent hacking. They just see, oh, this gets hacked this way, let's do something against this very thing at the current time, instead of doing some sort of protection against future hacks.
Okay, I didn't match up against that hack.
Yeah, funny enough, I've never faced a hacker in PvP. I only play co-op with them. Do you know
are
Random Dice Booster from chat? Do you recognize him? Random Dice Booster or RD Booster? He just spams about his cheats in chat.
Yeah, I've seen him.
And when you try to block him, you just say message blocked. Wow, so useful.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
that's the
actually
most
played
annoying
in
thing.
co-op.
I want to block this guy, not see that there's a blocked message. Please stop spamming my chat. Thank you.
I think
Yeah.
there is a kind of spamming the mouse sometimes, but I don't think that's harming anyone.
Have you guys ever played with a hacker in co-op?
Yeah.
Yes.
No.
When I was like, it's class 12, I think, I played with a guy and he got me to very high waves, and then I realized he was hacking and was scared that my account will get banned or something.
Yeah, I get it. What's your highest wave you've been?
It's
Right.
not too high, but it's like 140, I think, 42.
Oh, nice, nice.
The hacker got me there, so that's nice, I think.
My highest wave is 231.
Oh,
Was it before the update with the co-op things, or after?
It happened like, I would say like 4 or 5 months ago. It was like after the update of co-op.
Okay. My highest wave, I think it's 140 something. That was my third account. Yeah. My third account has a higher co-op wave than my main.
I mean, if you're playing more co-op on your third account than you're doing on your main, or like more actively,
No, I don't.
then
It was a
good for you.
hacker.
Oh well, then that sucks.
On my main it's 128 and it wasn't a hack.
I mean, on my main,
146.
on my main, the highest wave I've myself achieved as DPS is something a little bit under 200. But
Whoa.
yeah, that was back when no, not back before combo nerf, back when Metastasis was still, like the developers said, bugged, like when the gains you could get from Metastasis was not capped.
Yeah, it was just too OP.
Yeah.
I've seen people like having like 2 million, 2 million SP and 1,000 combo count,
Yeah.
and they were doing like 300 waves.
I mean, I've seen, or like, not I've seen, I've looked at the screenshot that was made back then by a former crewmate of mine. He had over combo count of 1,300 and had several million of SP left. He got to wave 690. And
Whoa.
yeah, that was obviously before Metastasis nerf or fix, like they like to call it. But yeah, sometimes I wish myself those old times of the old Metastasis back. But then again, I remember that it actually was quite a bit broken.
If they didn't nerf the lava
Yeah.
battlefield.
Yeah. Oh,
But do you think the old lava battlefield will kill the Basilisk in time before he spawns the next boss?
probably not.
Double Basilisk with double Leo or whatever.
Yeah. I don't think so. Possibly yes, but I mean, even if I think Lava Field still would not be the game-breaking meta, even like if it be the old thing, because by now there has been so many, like Yin Yang came out since then, for example. Yin Yang just totally crushes that field if played correctly. Also, just Solar Lunar basically also completely crushes that field if played correctly. Like, it all depends on how well you know your own deck and how well your opponent plays, obviously.
Yeah.
So yeah.
I think they buffed Landmine, but nobody uses it. Last time. Did any of you try it?
Landmine gets used by one player that I know in a fun deck. Landmine, Holy Swords, and what is it again? Teleport.
Teleports.
Holy Sword, Landmine, Teleport. Yeah, by Quill Magnet. He's just using it to troll low-level players. But it actually is quite a fun PvP deck.
Okay.
Yeah.
But in co-op, it's not getting used.
Obviously not. Like, the only thing you would use Landmine in co-op is basically, yeah, let's just do something, I guess. Like, if you have absolutely no idea what you're supposed to run, yeah, sure, go Landmine. Okay.
But the Super
Landmine,
Landmine can kill the boss wave once.
Yeah,
But after
it can.
the monsters
After Yin
wave.
Yang dies out, yeah. But like, the question is, why would you use this landmine instead of using something else that is more reliable? Like, that's just the main issue in this game. Like, there are quite a few dice that can be good situationally, but there are just way more dice that, if played correctly by the right player, are just miles better.
No, I'm thinking for support player, not for the DPS player.
Yeah, but for a support player, like, let's say you have a Yin Yang DPS, and then you play, for example, Assassin Landmine as support. You would basically have to stack landmines and stack SP mines at the same time. So you're decreasing the effectiveness of your own Assassin by not stacking full board of SP mines, and you're decreasing the activity of your effectivity of your landmines by not stacking a full board of landmines.
Well,
So
you
basically,
don't
you
have
have
to
two
play
dice.
SP
yeah,
because
maybe you
the
could play just
Assassin Time doesn't play SP as well, so you'll be not playing the normal mine.
Yeah, but like the as time support basically relies on the DPS player to get
High
a
dots.
few more high pips than the Yin Yang with pure S-Spam does. Like, Yin Yang with pure S-Spam, you basically can let the board be hit by Assassin as soon as you hit 30 pips, or like basically just set up your harmony.
But I was
So with S-Time support, you basically have to rely on your DPS to get a few high pip dice with their growths in order to actually be effective.
I was thinking about using that deck in Solar, not for Yin Yang as support.
Yeah, as time is for solo. Yeah, I know that. But like
No, I mean the
when you're playing, like
assassin landmine for Solar, not for Yin Yang, because when the knight kills it, it takes longer than one boss wave for the Yin Yang to set up again.
yeah, but why would you for solar lunar? Why would you not just use time to boost the solar to max attack speed?
Just for an experiment.
I mean, for experiments, you can basically do anything. Yeah, that's right. But if you want to be effective, there's just a few strategies. That's just how this game currently works.
And does any of you play training mode?
Yeah, I actually sometimes mess with it, like just test some dice.
There was
No-
something that
no, never.
post on Reddit that someone was trying to get 1k combo counts. So I was like, let's try it. And after I think 20 minutes, I got bored and left it.
Yeah, I think.
Yeah, I've done training mode once with an auto clicker just for energy lunar.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did it once because it seemed like fun, but then my phone got overheating, so I had to leave the energy too.
Yeah.
At the beginning was okay, but now it's like waste.
I mean, it is quite fun for testing new dice. Like when a new legendary comes out, you can basically test the dice there if you're scared to lose your trophies, which you might be even more after the update hits because there's less trophies you gain, especially in Golden Class. Like you won't test any new dice in PvP anymore, probably.
When you have friends,
so
you can.
yeah, or you just do friendly PvP like normal player does. Yeah, but like sometimes you just want to try some silly stuff and nobody wants to play with you. Like even if you have friends in the game, that's just how this game works. Like everybody has their own preferences and their own priorities.
But I think solo mode would be more interesting when you can set up an AI as an opponent.
Yeah, that definitely. But then again, those developers at 1% would actually have to be able to train that AI. Like currently, if you make a new account and go to PvP, the first battles that you play in the lower class are very, very likely AI players. Like I cannot imagine those names from actual players, especially because I'm from Germany and every single opponent I play in the lower class, like class 1, 2, 3, are Chinese or mostly Korean. Like I'm only playing Koreans, and as soon as I hit like class 4, like there's none anymore. Like I cannot believe that this is not an AI. So, and if the
have you
AI
played co-op?
plays like this, then you don't have to play an AI as an opponent.
Have you played co-op on new account? You only play with bots.
Yeah.
Literally, I did new account, and like 20 of my random co-op games were just bots with the same decks.
Yeah, or beginner players. With my class 1 account, I just get to class 1 to 4 matchups, and they are bad.
I mean, that is basically a way of the game kind of balancing you out. Like I remember back when I started playing the game, I was so glad to finally play with somebody that wasn't my class, who would like carry me in co-op. Like that was the best feeling back then. And so nowadays I play co-op basically yin yang with randoms for the most part because like I want to give something back that I felt back then, like more than a year ago, to new players. But the issue is if those new players basically only match bots or players of their niveau, they basically can't really feel that excitement that I felt back then, which is kind of sad in my opinion.
Yeah. Somebody said Labmine can pass 55 for lower levels who struggle passing 55.
Yeah, I mean, it is good that they've basically increased the wave that you get to at a lower level. Because I remember back when I first started, wave 30 was the killer, and not wave 41 or wave 55.
Yeah. The old knight.
The old knight screwing you over every damn game.
Yeah.
I saw a lot of Reddit posts about people that's complaining that like they can't pass wave 55, but it's a old class. You can't go as far as higher class. Like that's the point of the game, I think.
Yeah, that's the point of grinding. Like, what would you be
Yeah.
grinding for if not to achieve any higher goal?
Yeah.
Exactly. I can carry by myself to 69 wave, so yeah.
And wave 55, you get in lots of cards compared to the old co-op system.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. Way more.
I mean, back then you got one card per wave. Now it's just stupidly high, the amount of cards that you're getting.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's good. Like, it lowers the amount of time you actually have to invest into co-op by quite a large amount.
I think that's what they were thinking about PvP. That's why we're getting that change as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And also because probably quite a few players just stopped playing the game because they had no incentive to play anymore. Like, imagine you have to grind for 72 hours straight, like without any pause, without sleep or anything like that, just 72 hours at once to get one class up done. Like, that's just not worth your time.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
stopped playing for like 3 or 5 months about because of the grind. I got to class 16, and that was too much grind.
And Smoke, before he left the podcast, he grinded 1 or 2 days straight for that from class 18 to 20. That's why he said he's pissed off that the change happens. He didn't.
I mean, I can understand
He didn't.
anybody who says that they are pissed off because, like, class 20 used to be showing that you actually play the game. And after this update, it's literally just, I've played for a weekend, I'm class 20 now, thank you.
Yeah.
In my opinion, they should have changed not the amount of trophies you need to reach that class, but instead changed the amount of trophies you get per game, like they did when introducing, how is it called, the win streaks. That's what they did back then. They just increased the amount of trophies you get per game by introducing those win streaks. And thus they lowered the amount of time that you need for class 20 quite drastically. By the way they're doing it right now, it's just a big punch into the face of anybody who grinded class 20 before this update. In my opinion, at least.
Yeah. I hope we will get something cool for that grinding with it.
Yeah,
We
you
will
can
get an emblem for our crew. Woo!
40k.
Very
Yeah.
nice.
Wow. Amazing.
That's what I wanted. An emblem.
Yeah.
show
I
it
have
to the
60k
legendary,
trophies right
it's
now.
so good.
I got 60k as well. Hopefully we get multiple legendaries.
Yeah, I hope so. Maybe like one legendary per every 10k trophies or something. That would be great.
I would take a legendary every 1k trophies.
I don't think
Oh,
randomized
hell
is
yeah.
that generous.
Yeah, and
I don't think they are that
quite
generous
limited
either.
to many, I think.
I mean, the rewards are probably going to be similar to crew battles. Quite, yeah,
Yeah.
bad.
Yeah,
Even
imagine
solo
getting
mode
like
had
1k gold.
even solo mode had before bad rewards. After people complaining, they changed it.
Yeah.
So maybe they give us bad
Like,
rewards,
with
then people will
that's
complain.
just a one-time thing. So like those rewards are basically a one-time thing. So people complaining about it probably won't change anything because by then those rewards have already been paid out. So yeah, we can just basically hope that they are good from the start on.
Yeah. I just saw only in other game like Summoner's War, the top players boycott the game there was a tournament and the company had a meeting with the players. Now they changed a few things.
Did they change RTA?
No, there was a Siege tournament and the top Korean players boycott the Siege tournament and they just put one monster into the defense and nobody attacked from the top 4
I mean,
guilds in
that's quite a
Korea.
good. That's quite a good thing to do. That's basically the only thing you can really do.
Yeah.
But I don't see anything like that happening for Random Dice because I don't really see any big tournaments with big money prizes coming up anytime soon.
Yeah,
True.
and if I compare Summoners War with Random Dice with the events, dice is nothing. If you know Summoners War
mean-
with the events.
Yeah, I've played it in the past. I personally think that this game is like Summoner's War, in my opinion, is generally, let's not say worse. That sounds mean, but let's say it's not a well thought out game. It's basically, if you compare Summoner's War and Random Dice, Summoner's War is even more pay to win, and you
Yeah.
have literally no chance of catching up to any person that played it in the past before you.
Yeah.
So, like, not even if you pay millions of dollars, because basically the most valuable resources are capped to a certain amount of buys, so you can't catch up even if you have the money.
No, I see players, top players, they said they spend every month $500. They catch up. But it took them years.
Even with $500 a month, you cannot catch up to players like Tomato.
But how you call what is his name? I forgot his name. Thompson also made it high.
Thompson is fucking rich. Like I know a few players of those because, like I said, I've played that game in the past.
Yeah.
I've also watched the World Championship. Like, if you compare, like, if you say Random Dice is a pay-to-win game, you have never played Summoner's War, and I advise you to never play it.
No, Random Dice is not in pay. It's no,
It's nothing in the
yeah.
pay-to-win factor compared to Random Dice.
That's why
compared to Summoner's War. Sorry.
Yeah, that's why the VIV pass where people say it's expensive, I say it's not. I've already bought
it's hella
$100
cheap.
packs on Summoners War, and they do like nothing. When you spend the money, you think like, why did I spend the money? And Random Dice, you get something for it when you spend the. Yeah.
I mean, in Random Dice, at least you know what you're spending on. Like, Summoner's War, the most valuable resource is RNG. You can spend however much you want on the game. You are not guaranteed to get anything.
That's
like,
for every mobile
if
game.
But like in Random Dice, at least you are to some extent guaranteed something. Like, for example, if you pay the Legendary Pass for like first $20 and then afterwards 50 more, you're guaranteed to get this board. But like with Summoner's War, there are quite a few packs where you can spend hundreds of dollars on every month, and you are not guaranteed any improvement in your game whatsoever. So people complaining about this game being pay to win, yeah, I mean, to some extent, yes, but not really.
But it's a company, they need to make money. But they're not making
obviously.
that much money compared to other games.
They are making most of the money from advertisements.
Yeah.
Yeah, people
Maybe after
are
the
watching
season pass,
the ads.
people will complain more. If they decided to make the season pass every time you have to buy it, then people will complain.
That's basically how a season pass works.
Yeah. Depends on how expensive it is.
Yeah.
If it's $10, I'll say it's okay, maybe. It depends on how long the season is.
Yep.
If it's only 1 month for $10, I'm not sure. It should be more.
I think it will be about like 2 months or something like this. 1 month is too short, in my opinion.
Maybe like a season, 3 months, like the weather.
Yeah,
Summer.
something like this.
autumn and winter.
I would say the season will be 1 month.
I think 1 month, but it's not too short for a season.
I see other games doing 1 month, but seems short.
I mean, at the end of the day, it really just depends on how well the developers are going to implement the seasons themselves and like the rewards. Like I said earlier today, like if you only get 4 trophies per win, like shown in the video, and then you see rewards being handed out at 1800 golden class trophies, you know that they can't just be like 1 week, for example. Like they definitely have to be longer than that. So we will basically just have to wait and see what they are actually doing. That's the only way for us to actually know.
Yeah. But I know with the Christmas event, the event they do, they like that people have to grind more than they spend, so they have to spend more time into the game.
Yeah.
The Christmas event is the one I didn't like. You had to grind so much. I didn't got all the 5 million gold. Did any of you get the 5
I mean, it
million?
really
I
depends.
didn't play this time, so and now that I lost 5 million gold, it's very sad for me.
But
Do you mean like this Santa?
yeah, the Santa event here.
Yeah, the highest reward you could get it was like 10% of the actual gold that was collectible. So you would have to open 10 times the best present.
Yeah, then you have to reset the present again and do it
Yeah,
again.
and do it 10 times. That was just too much grind.
Yeah, I think some people actually made it, but was too much grind.
Yeah, they are, but like they spend few dozens of hours on that event. Few dozens of hours that other players just cannot spend on a mobile game.
Yeah, like you said, there's some Korean guy or Asian guy.
Yeah.
Spending. Yeah.
Some Korean player probably had the 5 million gold within a day. Let's just be real.
Yeah, he probably made it on all of his 10 accounts.
Yeah, I mean, for example, a former crewmate of mine, like Deathnote, I don't know if any of you ever heard him.
Yeah, I know him as well.
He had a run of the Santa with over 500,000 hits. So
Whoa.
just do that 10 times and you have the gold done.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you have the time. And the nerves.
Exactly. You just have to have the time at your disposal. But like, if you have the time, everything is doable in random dice. That's just how this game works. It's a grinding game. The more time you have, the more you will actually achieve.
Yeah, but if I compare to random dice again, it's not a grind.
Yeah, true.
Because there you have to grind more than 1 or 2 years. I'm playing random dice since 2015. I'm still not.
You mean Summoner's War, not random
Yeah,
dice.
yeah, Summoner's War.
I mean, every company has their own like attitude of how much of a grind you can actually do.
Yeah, but
And
since the
depending on how well the company works, it's all different. Like with Summoner's War, they have some form of popularity for years, so they can afford to make their game even more grindy.
Yeah.
To some extent, at least.
But since the solo mode repeat battle, players be grinding more. I'm grinding more since the repeat battle thing. You know the repeat battle?
Yeah.
Okay.
I have to go. See you guys.
Yeah, okay. Actually, I'm going to end it, so we were just in discussion. So I'm going to end it now. So any last words?
Was a pleasure to be here. Was a pleasure talking to you guys, every one of you, every single one. And I'll be happy to hear it. I'll be happy to hear my cringy voice on the podcast. And yeah, just have a good night, guys. And hopefully,
have a good night.
Have a good night too.
And subscribe to CRG.
Thanks. So, guys, this is the end of the podcast.